So guys, it's gonna be a special video for me because today I made $15,000 on one single trade by only holding that trade for around 20 minutes. It was my second best trade if we look at the dollar amount up until now in my whole trading career. It could have been my best trade if I would have taken all my position out right at the bottom. I held on to my partial, my last 5 contracts, which went to break even slightly negative. That's why this is my second best trade. I'm not complaining because it's still a very good trade, and that is the reason I will dedicate this whole video to this one single trade, because yes, it was one of my best trades up until now, but also because this trade was not only about reading the fundamental or the technical analysis, it was more about understanding the market sentiment and the emotions of other traders, which I will be explaining in this video. So make sure that you guys watch this video till the end, because I promise you guys will be able to take a thing or two that will definitely help you with your trading journey. Let's now jump on to the first part of this video. That will be the breakdown of the technical analysis of Tesla. If you guys have been trading the stock market, I'm pretty sure you guys know that Tesla had a huge move towards the upside recently. It has moved from around $725 to a high of $1,250, and that too in a matter of few weeks. From the start of October to around start of November, so in the matter of 2 to 3 weeks, it has moved from $700 to a high of $1,250, which is an insane move on Tesla. Now, when a stock moves like this, parabolic towards the upside, it's pretty sure that it's gonna come back down. It's just a matter of when. So the timing in the stock market is one of the most important thing you need to learn as a trader. When a stock has this huge move towards the upside, there can be two scenarios. The first scenario will be you will see a huge move towards the downside again. That is called pump and dump. And the second scenario will be a stock has a crazy move towards the upside, the move is unsustainable, and then stock consolidates for a year or 2 years. We can see both these scenarios on Tesla. So Tesla earlier this year, end of last year, it had a crazy move towards the upside. It moved from $400 to a high of $900. This parabolic move is unsustainable. That's why it dropped to a low of around $540. So it moved from $450 to $900 back down to $550 in a matter of a few weeks. I also said that this parabolic move is unsustainable and stock will consolidate for a very long time, and that's what we saw on Tesla. Tesla was consolidating in this triangle for about a year. It made a high of $900 earlier this year around January, and from January to around August or September it was consolidating in this triangle on the 1-day chart. It finally broke out of this triangle, it pushed towards the upside, and now we are seeing a clean drop towards the downside. So history repeats itself in the stock market. The same thing we saw in January and February this year, a crazy move towards the upside, then a push towards the downside, and then a consolidation for a year. Same thing is happening again in October, November this year, a crazy move towards the upside, now a drop towards the downside, and then we might see Tesla consolidate for another year, who knows. So we just broke down the technical analysis. Now we have to focus on the fundamentals and the news catalyst. Obviously the stock is very extended towards the upside, so it has to come down. Now when it has to come down, when there's kind of a bearish sentiment in the stock market. If you guys don't know, Elon Musk made this tweet over the weekend that he might sell 10% of his Tesla shares depending on the outcome of this poll, because people say that you don't pay taxes on the unrealized gains. He said that I will sell 10% of my shares and pay taxes on those gains if people click yes on this poll. And you guys can see the result was that 57.9% of the people said yes. And he also said that I will abide by the results of this poll whichever way it goes. That means Elon Musk will be selling 10% of his Tesla shares, which is again a bearish sentiment and bad news for the stock, because Elon Musk selling 10% of his position on Tesla is kind of a big chunk of money if you guys don't know. And it doesn't stop here, because if we go to the Newswire, Benzinga Pro, that's what I use to grab the news from the stock market. Elon Musk's brother sells 110 million in Tesla stocks. So Elon Musk's brother, Kimball Musk, he also sold 110 million worth of Tesla shares earlier this week. That is again a bad news for the stock, and that creates a bearish sentiment. Let's now jump onto the intraday chart of Tesla from the day I traded it and understand the market sentiment of what's happening with the stock, because it had a crazy sell-off right at the open. Right at the open, we saw that Tesla pushed towards the downside. It broke this 1150 level towards the downside. downside. Yesterday's low, that is the previous day low, was around 1130. It made a quick flag pattern right here. It broke towards the downside. It made another quick flag pattern, and this was a crazy move towards the downside. It made a move from around $1110 to a low of around $1040. That is like $70 move on the stock price in a matter of 3 to 4 minutes. Unfortunately, I got filled right here. I placed my order to get filled 15 contracts, but I only got filled 3 contracts because the stocks were very volatile, and I made around $8,000-9,000 on those 3 contracts itself. Just imagine if Interactive Brokers would have filled me 15 contracts on that position. That was around $30,000 or $40,000 trade, but too bad I missed that opportunity. Let's now draw our intraday levels. Tesla made a low of the day around $1,032 right here, and then this 1,050, 1,055 was also acting as a major support right here because it bounced off this 1,055 level. After bouncing off that, this blue line is the VWAP. It was rejecting right off VWAP, so it caught my attention that buyers are not able to push Tesla above VWAP. That's why I was still bearish on this stock. Before we jump on to drawing more levels, make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification because I'm releasing 2 to 3 new videos on day trading every single week, including trade recaps and my trading journey as well. After this bounce from the VWAP, it failed to hold above VWAP. Tesla had this level that it was making right here because it was bouncing off this $1,080 and $1,075 level. Then the next levels we have, it's not that clean of a level, but we can draw this level because this level was acting as support and then it started acting as resistance. So these are all the levels we have from where we are getting multiple touches and multiple bounces of this stock. After being a part of this move towards the downside, but only on 3 contracts, not on 15 contracts, I was just waiting patiently. I was liking this bounce of the VWAP. I actually wanted to enter a few contracts right here, puts contracts right here, but I was just too scared because Tesla had a huge rally towards the downside, so we might see a bounce towards the upside. That's why I was just too scared to enter on the VWAP. After this break towards the downside of the break of this $1,080 and $1,077 level with increase in volume. If we focus on volume right at the bottom, you guys can see that the volume has been on the rise. It's been consolidating. We had this opening push with high volume. Then we had this consolidation on low volume, and the volume started increasing right here around 11:35 to 11:45 AM, which caught my attention. If you guys have seen my recent video that I posted 2 days ago, you guys know that looking at the volume bars is very important, and it's gonna help you with your trading a lot. Let's now jump on to my entries and exits. I will post a screenshot of my entries and exits right there. You guys will see I entered 20 contracts. I'm trading 1100 puts, so I'm going out the money on this trade, but I'm increasing my size because I'm expecting a bigger move towards the downside. So I want the option to take partials on this position. I entered at 11:43 AM on this pullback right here. Because you guys can see after the bounce from the VWAP, Tesla has been holding these moving averages. This is the 9 and the 20 EMA on the 1 minute chart, pushing towards the downside. This was increase in volume right here on this red candle. On this green candles, the volume was not that high. When I entered right here at 11:43, my stop loss was the break of 1070 towards the upside because that was the previous support on the 1 minute chart. I will remove these markings and explain my trade idea again so that you guys can get a better idea. Tesla had an opening push towards the downside, so the market sentiment is bearish. As I explained, it's very extended on the 1 day chart. We also had some bearish news on the stock over the weekend and earlier in the week. That's why I was looking to trade it towards the downside. It pulled back to the VWAP, failed to hold above the VWAP. So I was liking it that the buyers are not able to hold it above VWAP. On the next post down, I entered 20 contracts right here. My fill price was 17.46. I'm trading 1000 puts. I got filled right here with the stop loss at 1070 because this $1070 level was the previous support on the 1 minute chart. After my entry on this trade, I held on to my position for like 15-20 minutes before taking my first partial on this position. If you guys ask me the reason for that, it's because I was expecting the break of low of the day. I was expecting a bigger move on this trade. I was already green for the day, so I was willing to risk the profits. Also, my November month has been good, so I was willing to risk a bit of my profits for this month on this trade because I was liking this trade a lot towards the downside. And that is the risk management strategy I follow personally. I start out the month really small so that I can at least get green for the month, grab a few good winning trades, and then once I'm green for the month, I can risk a bit of those profits on opportunities that are looking really good like this one. We also had a webinar on this strategy, on this risk management strategy I follow personally. personally for the Discord members. If you guys want to be part of our Discord group, the link will be in the description box below. Let's now look at my exit. My entry was right here on this green candle with the stop loss at 1070. After my entry, it held my stop loss, pushed towards the downside, broke the support level right here. And if you guys don't remember, this $1,032 level is the low of the day. I wanted to take a bit of my position out before the break of low of the day. After getting this nice push towards the downside, I took 10 contracts out at a fill price of 25.65 and 26.15 on this candle right here at 12:02 p.m. I kept taking my partials all the way to the low of this candle because the low of this candle was around 1035. I was looking at a lot of green and the buyers trying to hold 1035, so I covered majority of the position right here at the low of this candle. I was holding last 3 contracts to break even because I was still expecting the break of the low of the day, but you guys know if I take partials on a position, I will put my stop loss at break even. On this candle right here, the premiums went slightly against me. That's why I covered the remaining 3 contracts at a fill price of 16.10. Here's my trader sync for that trade. You guys can take a screenshot and look at my entries and exits. But my average entry price was 17.46, 20 contracts. My average exit price was 25.174. Overall, I made around $15,428 on this trade, with a return percent of 44%, which is my second best trade. If you look at the dollar amount up until now, my best trade was again on Tesla. That was in March this year. On that trade, I made around $18,000. So if you look at the dollar amount, this is my second best trade, which is pretty awesome. So hopefully guys, you like this video. I'm making this video for record keeping purposes for myself as well, because if you guys scroll all the way to the bottom and look at my first video on day trading, I was happy about making $90 from day trading. That was 2 years ago, to now making $15,000 on one single trade. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get those $100,000 trades as well. I will make a video on those trades as well, because this YouTube channel, it's me showing my journey, how I am growing as a trader, so that when I reach that stage of making 100K, $1 million from day trading, I can go back and be proud of my journey. And as always, your support is much appreciated. So make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification, because I'm releasing 2 to 3 new videos on day trading every single week. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me there, because I post a lot of day trading content, including my trades, my PNL on Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.